Welcome in this video, all my viewers. Now I have changed the topic of the videos. I have taken today a poem. The name of the poem is The Lotus, as you can see on the screen. This poem is written by Toru Dutt, one of a famous poet. Toru Dutt was born in Calcutta on March 4th, 1856. She was the youngest of the three children of the Govind Chandra Dutt, with the exception of 1 year's stay at Bombay. So this is the basic introduction. She was born in Calcutta at all. Indian poet Toru Dutt is the name, and it is very famous also. And this the lotus, it is a poem, and it is sonnet. Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Means any poem which we see written, if we count the lines of the poem, if the a counter line becomes 14, then we can call that poem sonnet. So in this video we'll paraphrase this the lotus text, lotus sonnet in English as well as in Hindi also. So now I would like to start soon. First of all, introduction to the sonnet I want to tell. Then we'll read a text uh, uh, line by line, each line, and explanation in the both languages. Okay. So now the introduction to the sonnet is that the lotus is a sonnet in which the poetess describes how lotus became the queenless flower. It is perfect in technique. The poem is rich in natural description. It reveals her sharp and minute observation. It exhibits her fondness for the sensuousness and picturesque presentation of nature. The sonnet is perfect in execution and brings to light her minute observation for colors and sounds in the realm of nature. The lotus has a mystic significance in India and is associated with the several gods and goddesses. Tarudat invests the flower with an entirely different meaning. It is important to note that the lotus does not figure in Greek mythology, and the lotus of Tarudat is not the Homeric lotus of the lotus eaters. Now, Tarudat has a very skillfully used the poetic tradition of India and Greek by choosing the lotus, the most celebrated Indian flower. We know all lotus uh, and flora and flora. Flora, this bird is also used in somewhere in history, also in social sciences, somewhere in the part of geography. Flora means uh, the whole world of plants is known as flora, and fauna is also known as the whole life of the all plants, all animals. Sorry for this. Now, it is well-known figures of Greek mythology. The lotus expresses the Indian idol of love, and love went to Flora once, and she was the goddess of flowers. And love asked her to tell him the unquestioned flower of beauty. He desired to provide it the high honor of becoming queen. The lily and the rose were rivals, means two were the candidates that they can be the queenless flower. So there was one lily, and there was also second one rose also. So many gifted poets had supported their title to the title to queenship. A conflict arose over the claims of the two flowers. Means people, means in the flower, in the among the flower there was rivalry that this flower may be the queenless flower, this not. So this was there. Now a conflict arose there. Then rose symbolizes passions, and a lily symbolizes purity, chastity. Rose is sweet smelling, lily is majestic in her appearance. Flora ultimately provided lotus, the pursuit of two flowers. Lotus became the coinless flower. In fact, love into sublime form is a union of the two, the desire of the heart, the purity of the soul. And the beautiful sonnet, the lotus reveals Toru's keen sensitiveness to nature and especially to koala. Dr. A.N. Jha writes about this sonnet in the sonnet entitled The Lotus. One feels as though the poet had read Tennyson's Aqua's dream. Sail the rose, cry to the lotus, no flower thou. But Tennyson's poem appeared in 1892. The lotus is fancy tree and it exemplifies her delicate, tender feelings and talent for making a poem. It's actually the lotus is a Petrarchian sonnet. It has an exquisite finish and a liveliness all its own. The poem contains spontaneity and ease. The lotus is Taru's finest poem, which reveals her minute observation and interest in natural life. So now I would like to start our text, and I'll read whole stanza first of all. Then I'll give the explanation of the each line. Here it starts. Love came to Flora, asking for a flower that would of flowers be undisputed queen. The lily and the rose long, long had been rivals for that high honor. Birds of power had sung their claims. The rose can never flower, the rose can never tower, like the pale lily with her Juno mien. But is the lily lovelier? Thus between flower factions rang the strife in Psycho's bower. Give me a flower, delicious as the rose, and stately as the lily in her pride. But of what color? Rose red. Love first chose, then prayed. Now lily white, or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus rose red dyed, and lily white, and the coin list flower that blows. Now the explanation is love went to Flora once, and then Flora is the goddess of spring and flower scenes, and asked her to tell him the undisputed queen of all flowers. The lily and the rose had been rivals for the distinction for long, so many gifted poets had supported their claims. A conflict arose over the claims of the two flowers. The rose can never tower like the pale lily, which has the majestic appearance of Juno. But can the lily be lovelier than the rose? Thus a strife took place between the factions of flowers in the bower of Psyche. Now love requested to the lily, now love requested to flower, kindly give me a flower, kindly give me a flower, delicious like the rose, and stately as the lily in her pride. Flora gave him the lotus as she provided lotus, the by choose of two flowers. Means lotus have as rose has itself in the passion and and the lily has itself in the what's called symbolizes purity. So both are there combined in one flower, that is lotus. So now lotus became the coinless flower because Flora, the goddess, gave love flower, that was the lotus. So lotus became here the coinless flower. The rose dyed red in the same, and the lily became white due to the sorrow and humiliation. And since then the lotus blows at the coinless flower. Now I would like to repeat the whole explanation in Hindi language also. जो प्रेम, जो पसंद, जो पुष्पों या पुष्पों के फूलने का समय होता है, उनकी देवी फ्लोरा के पास गया, प्रेम लव गया, देवी के पास गया और उससे कहा, देवी से कहा कि वह उसे बतलाए कि फूलों की विवाद रहित महारानी कौन है। बहुत समय से इस सम्मान के जो राइवलरी रहे गुलाब और कुमुदनी थे, इसलिए बहुत से प्रतिभाशाली कवियों ने उनके दावों का समर्थन किया और दोनों पुष्पों की दावेदारी को लेकर के एक विवाद उठा। गुलाब पीली कुमुदनी की तरह इतना ऊंचा नहीं उठ सकता जिसका जूनों के समान वैभवशाली रूप है, लेकिन क्या कुमुदिनी गुलाब से अधिक आकर्षक हो सकती है? इस प्रकार फूलों के पक्षधर कवियों के वर्गों में साइक के कुंज में संघर्ष हुआ। प्रेम ने फ्लोरा से प्रार्थना की, कृपया मुझे ऐसा पुष्प दीजिए जो गुलाब की तरह मधुर और कुमुदिनी की तरह गर्भ में वैभव युक्त हो। फ्लोरा ने उसे कमल प्रदान किया, क्योंकि उसने कमल को 2 फूलों के गुण प्रदान कर दिए थे। और कमल फूलों की महारानी बन गया। कमल फूलों के बीच की महारानी बन गया। गुलाब शर्म से लाल हो गया और कुमुदिनी दुख और अपमान से सफ़ेद हो गई। तब से कमल फूलों की महारानी के तौर पर लहराने लगा। So this was all about the explanation, and now I would like to repeat some very important thing here as point of view explanation. Um, if you see these text lines, you can reference as these lines from the third that's on the lotus. It is a patriarchal sonnet. It has an exquisite finish and the liveliness on all its own. Now once Cupid, the god of love, came to Flora, the goddess of love. Cupid asked the goddesses for the loveliest and the most stately flower. The explanation is here. Love went to Flora. He asked for Flora, which would be the undisputed queen of all flowers. He wanted to find out the flower depicting true love. Then the rose and the lily had been competing through the ages to attain the position of the queen of flowers. The lily and the rose had been rivals for the high distinction along. Great bards had sung their claims. So now, what happens? The rose can never tower like the pale lily, which has the majestic appearance of Juno, the embodiment of a matronly virtues. But at the same time, lily cannot be lovelier than the rose. Thus, there began a strife between the factions of flowers in the bower. Now what happens? Love requested Flora to give a flower delicious like the rose and the stately as the lily in her pride. So Flora asked Love of what color flower he would like. Love first chose rose of red color, then he prayed for lily white. He said that he would accept even a flower having both the qualities. Flora gave Love the lotus flower. The rose dyed red in the same, and the lily became white due to sorrow or humiliation. Since then, the lotus blows as the coinless flower. So, thank you all for watching this video. And how would you going to